Hey there, everyone. Mike Swigunski here, and today I'm going to be giving a honest review of Flippa.com. Now, as you can see here, they claim they are the #1 marketplace to buy and sell online businesses. And after my years of experience in the industry, this is probably true. They have the biggest inventory of online businesses. So, compared to other brokers and other marketplaces, I'm essentially going to give you my honest opinion of Flippa.com, some of the good things about it, and a lot of the bad things and truth about buying on Flippa.com, and why you probably should or shouldn't consider it for buying an online business. So let's go ahead and get started right now. For those of you joining in who don't know me, my name is Mike Swigunski. I am, with full transparency, I was employee number 4 at a competing company called Empire Flippers. During my time there, I've helped broker more than $120 million of online businesses. I'm still very active in the marketplace, and I'm still helping people buy and sell online businesses. So this is a common question that I'm getting from a lot of people because they're new to the industry, they're new to the space. They don't have 5 or 6 years of experience like myself. So they're one of the first places that people come to is Flippa.com. I want to go out and try to be as unbiased as possible because I personally have not made an acquisition through Flippa, but I have talked to loads of people who have, and they have actually gone through the process of buying. So with that information in mind, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible to give you the reality of what it's like to buy a business on Flippa.com and kind of what my thought process is on Flippa or other marketplaces out there. So whenever I work with somebody who's buying a business, I've seen the interior and the behind the scenes of Empire Flippers. That's my preferred marketplace. And the biggest differentiator between Flippa and Empire Flippers is the curation. Now, what is the curation? And that's going to essentially mean, like, Craigslist on Flippa is going to be kind of the analogy I use, where somebody can go in, they can create a listing, and they can essentially say that their business is earning any amount of money. They're spending X amount of money because there's nobody really validating or verifying this information. So that's a big portion of Flippa.com is people can go on there and say whatever they want. And a lot of times these businesses aren't actually factually earning the amount of money that they're claiming. And that's the big problem with Flippa. Where other brokers and other marketplaces come in is they have some sort of very strict curation standards where they're spending 4 to 6 weeks vetting these businesses. And usually between 70 to 80% of the businesses that get submitted to these marketplaces, they don't get approved. A lot of times they're not making enough money, or they're just not in an industry that's acceptable for that broker or that marketplace. There's a variety of other reasons, or maybe they just found out that, hey, this business isn't making enough money to be sold on our marketplace. So a lot of times that inventory, usually around $50,000 and below, will end up on a marketplace like Flippa. So I want to say that, again, one of the big issues with Flippa is you have to sift through a lot of this stuff. A big portion of it isn't going to be easy or good to find. And essentially, it's like finding a needle in a haystack because there are some legitimate businesses being sold on Flippa, obviously, but for every legitimate business, there might be 10 or 20 ones where maybe there's scammers, or maybe there's people who just don't really have their books in order. So maybe they really think that their business is making $10,000 a month in profit. You know, they're spending $6,000 in expenses, but oh, I forgot about my software. I forgot about my hosting, the domain, all the other ad expenses that I'm putting on there. Maybe they just don't have a good track of that. And that's honestly the #1 thing I find when working with sellers is they just don't have a good understanding of their profit and loss. And a lot of times, when you're buying a business, you really need to hone in on the P&L statement, which is the profit and loss, to make sure, like, oh, this business should be using this software. Why don't they have that added? Their main traffic source is coming from Facebook, but they don't have any Facebook ads in their expense column. So these are a few things to look out for. So let's just go through how Flippa works, because there's a few different ways of how it actually works, and they have a few different options. If you're looking to buy something, you can go through here and you can see all the services. They have a due diligence service. So if you're essentially looking to buy a business, Flippa will send you a due diligence report, meaning after looking at this business, they'll go through and give an extra check to make sure it's legitimate, and they'll be checking a lot of different factors How are the backlinks? How are the SEO? What other factors about the business kind of look good? Which parts of the business look bad? The Flippa broker is going to be something that's a little bit newer to Flippa. So essentially, they take the stress out of selling, and they've got other brokers that they kind of recommend. So you can look at these brokers, and they've got the deal flow here, which was essentially a branch of Flippa at one point, from my understanding. And essentially, if you want to find brokers, you can go ahead and kind of use this curated list of brokers to actually acquire a business. So Flippa.com is going to be searching websites. And that's kind of the main thing. If you're looking for just a shell of a website, it might be something good. Let's just look at fitness on Flippa.com. So this is going to be different than the broker side. Again, we see here all about Peloton.com. So it looks like it's making $212 per month, and it's being sold at a 4.9x profit. So not a bad thing here, but again, if you are going to make an acquisition through Flippa, let's say you have another Peloton site and you see a lot of synergy where, hey, this person, you can put in your affiliate, you can use the traffic to really monetize it. So a few things to look out for is once you sign up here, you can kind of see more details about the traffic. I don't want to break any terms here, so I'm not going to share that. But yeah, basically the site is 1 year old. It's making, around $200 per month. I guess that's after the commission. So monthly profit. I don't know what their expenses are. It says $527. So they must have some expenses for adding new content, maybe backlinks or something like that. But again, some of the things, if you are going to buy a business like this, I would make sure that you are looking at the traffic sources. Where is the traffic coming from? Has it been consistent? Is all of their traffic coming from Facebook, or is it coming from certain different websites? So checking out the backlink profile. So the page views looks like quite a lot. So that's a lot of page views for some type of business that's only earning $200 per month in profit. So that's something that I'd be a little skeptical about, is like, why is it getting so many page views, but it's actually not earning that much money? It could be a new site. It's only a year old, so maybe it's just not targeting the right people. Or maybe the page views are coming to a part of the website that isn't monetized. So maybe 10,000 page views go to an article that's not really related or not really well monetized. And that could be an opportunity for somebody. So yeah, that's just something kind of taking a look at the businesses on here. A lot of times they are a lot smaller, and a lot of times they aren't really earning so much. So yeah, usually the profit can be $629 here. Let's see if we can just go ahead and make the monthly profit a minimum of $5,000. Just take a look at some bigger businesses. So they do have some larger businesses here. Let's take a look at this one because the domain's out. And let's see what the premium website classified. It says verified listing. It does look like the seller here. Let's see what it says. So seller verification, I believe this means, we saw this thing here, verified listing. From my understanding, that means that the expenses have been verified. So the email address has been verified, the phone number hasn't. They uploaded a government ID, and then the payment method is escrow.com. So again, this could be something that looks legitimate, but you really need to make sure that you're taking a look at the expenses and also checking out the profit. So where's the money coming from? And then taking a look at what type of expenses they have. So looks like this is a e-commerce business. Yep. And figure out what market they're selling on, what type of information about that. Again, there's a lot more details that go into this, but again, there are legitimate businesses on here, but a lot of times there's not going to be a lot of recourse for figuring out. You're going to have to do a lot more work to find a good legitimate business. So here we've got a business verified. It looks like the Shopify information has been verified. So let's just take a look at this one. Fit Pro smartwatch. So this is at a 1x multiple, which is kind of unheard of for anybody selling a business. The revenue multiple 0.2. So it looks like it's making $12,000 a month in profit, and they're looking to sell it at 1x, which honestly, it seems a little sketchy. I don't know why they would want to sell a business for that low. Maybe they're just not aware of the details, or maybe they're just, again, this could be a potential business where they're not actually making $12,000 a month. So normally a business like this would be selling for 30 times that much. It doesn't have a lot of information. Fit Pro smartwatch, it's 1 year old, getting a lot of views per month. But again, this seems like a business that should be worth more. And again, if it's too good to be true, maybe that's why, or maybe they're just trying to do a bidding system where that's their lowest point, and they're wanting to bid up the price. So let's see what it says here for the vetted data verified listing. Again, the revenue has been verified, the primary expenses, the traffic has all been verified, and then again, their Google Analytics and Shopify information. So that's been one of the biggest critiques with Flippa. And it sounds like they're doing a lot of things to actually verify stuff, which is good. And again, if you're going to be buying something, I highly recommend don't send anybody a PayPal, a wire, or anything like that. Make sure you're using a service like escrow.com. And the way escrow.com works is you send the money, and during that time period, the business will be transferred over to you. And again, you need to make sure that all of the passwords and all of the information is transferred correctly, because you don't want to have a back door. So some sort of example, if somebody was to get creative with a long-term scam, would be yes, we put all the money in escrow, we transfer the business, and then they've somehow programmed a back door, meaning, hey, after I transferred everything, I got the money out of escrow.com. I go in, I can just hack the website because I made myself a user, kept myself as an admin, and then I was able to go ahead and kind of get the site back. Again, if I don't think a lot of people are going to do that, because I am an optimistic person. I think most people have good intentions, but this is something that you need to look out for. And if you've never migrated a website or business before, it's a little bit more complicated than that. There's a lot of steps that need to go in there to make sure that all the security stuff is transferred over to you properly. Before making an offer, look for verified sellers, review financials, review traffic, schedule a call. And that's something that, again, I would make sure to always schedule a call, especially if you're going to spend 6 figures on a business. Make sure the communication is solid. Make sure you go with your gut. If there's anything that kind of seems off, it's probably best to just move on to looking for other businesses. Overall, Flippa is a good starting point. But again, if you're a buyer, you might be able to find some deals. But a lot of times, if the deals look too good to be true, it's because they are. So that's why I stick with vetted marketplaces that take care of all this curation standards, and they also handle the escrow and migration process. So you might have to pay a small premium for that. But again, it's well worth the risk of having to use a broker. So again, it's well worth the increase in price to have peace of mind that you're buying a legitimate business that's been vetted. It's been going through a really rigorous due diligence process. There's going to be a strong escrow team in place, meaning that during that escrow period, they're going to be migrating the business. And if anything comes up that isn't up to par, you'll be able to get your money back and it'll be secure. Escrow.com does have a few issues because it's not really built for online businesses. So you could potentially end up with your money being held there, or it could be pushed out even though you don't own the business or you haven't had the business transferred. So there's a lot of issues there. But overall, Flippa.com is kind of like a Craigslist. You do have to sift through, and you do really have to know what you're looking for to make sure that you're going to be buying a business that is legitimate and is earning what the seller is claiming. There are legitimate businesses on Flippa, but it's going to be a little bit harder compared to other marketplaces and other brokers that are spending 4 to 6 weeks of time going through a rigorous process to make sure that the business is legitimate. If you're looking to buy a business, if you're looking to sell a business, I help buyers and sellers find businesses that are going to be a good fit for their skill sets, their budget, and also I help them implement a growth plan. And on the sell side, I help you go to the place where you're going to get the most money in the fastest period of time in an exit. So I'll leave a link below where you can set up a free consultation with me, and we can talk more about what you're looking to achieve. And if you're looking to buy a business, I help you walk through the process, show you what's going to be the best, talk about your budget, see what's going to be kind of the best process for finding a deal that's going to be a good fit for you. And if you're a seller, I talk about exit planning, which is essentially going to be, hey, what is your goals? When do you want to sell? What is the state of your business? And what can you do to improve your business before a sale? So if you're interested in either of those options, I'll leave a link below where you can get in touch and you can set up a call with me. So take care. Let me know if you've bought a site from Flippa. How did the experience go? I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Take care.